good. Let's turn on the lights. I suppose that helps. There we go. I think that's a bit better. Okay. Well, we are already into the live stream. About 30 seconds in. Hello and welcome. Thank you to everybody who's joining me this afternoon. Today we are going to be painting marbles. The ones that you see here on the table, gonna have some color on them. Kind of the same idea here, but let me pull up some examples. If you hear some extra noises in the background, that's just my craft supervisor, Miss Muffin, a cat who lives with me. She must supervise everything and remind us of her presence every now and then. Okay, so this is what we're going to be doing today. All of these marbles right here are painted with nail polish. You can find these at the dollar store. And later on today, I'm going to be working on a video on showing you how to crackle, or another word, shatter, or another word you guys might recognize is fry marbles to get these fractured, to get this fractured look. Now, I am not going to be dumping these into hot oil. I will not be frying glass marbles. I don't think anything would happen, but that's not the fried part in that name is just in reference to the scattered fractures on the inside of the marble. This is completely smooth on top. And let me show you a clear one, or somewhat clear one. Kind of looks like a cat's eye. You know, like cat's eye marble. And this is also completely smooth on top. It's got even a nice little rainbow sheen you can see right up here. So I'm going to be working on a video later today showing you how you can make these and how you can safely get this shattered look on the inside. Oh. Oh. You good, Miss Muffin? Sorry, my cat just had the random burst of zoomies. All right. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. This is awesome having you guys here. We're going to be painting marbles today. And this is a craft anybody can do for just a couple dollars. So this does fit underneath the affordable craft category. Let me show you what it looks like on a chain. Here we go. This is one of my favorites, and this is not a camera trick. This is not any kind of AI. This is what you are seeing IRL. This is exactly how it appears on camera. And all it is just a frosted marble, like one of these that you get from the dollar store. I even have the baggie to prove it. You find it in one of these. And you just paint some nail polish on the back of it. Glue on a bail with, I use E6000. And then you find yourself a lovely silver chain. Can you show your face? I can, but I kind of stayed up until 4 a.m. last night, so I am not camera ready. I'm sorry, and I apologize for my my hands. It is dry here in Washington despite us flooding out consistently. Washington has entered its very first rinse cycle for the year. We are known as the evergreen state because it never stops raining. Okay, so let's jump into it. When it comes to painting marbles, there is a little bit of a process that I like to put them through to make sure we are going to get some awesome results. And that first thing I look for is if there are any imperfections, cracks, chips, or you might see some of these have this little feather look right here. Focus. Yeah, there you go. This is just where it was clipped off in the factory line. Not a big deal in some cases, but when you go to put a color behind this, that will show up. And it becomes as plain as day. So these ones I like to save for the crackle and shatter method just because it distracts from everything else. And I did a couple marbles last night and I wanted to show you what happens when you put a sparkle behind a frosted marble, the backside of a frosted marble. You see how it's kind of catching yellow there? Well, in person, this is more bronze. It's a bronze sparkle that I have. And I pick up the cheap nail polish because you cannot get me to spend $6 on one bottle of nail polish. I'm sorry. This is affordable crafts, and in my mind, $5 for a nail polish bottle is not everybody's cup of tea. It's not my cup of tea, but if that's what you got, then absolutely go for it. Now this one was this bronzy sparkle here, and this beautiful, beautiful dark green. And those sparkles really help to capture the light. That's what I love. Do you want some money? um, well, who would say no to that? Unfortunately, I do not have a minimum of 1,000 subscribers, and I think that is the only way you can start monetizing your videos here on YouTube. So I'm just kind of doing this for free. I'm not too worried. You know, art is something that everybody should be able to do, and I get to share it with you guys. So that's what I focus on. Okay. Let's get to the fun part. I have all of my nail polish here beside me in almost any color you can think of. So I want you guys to start listing colors off in the comments. We will put a little dab on a marble. We can do multiple colors, get something like this, or something really unique like this. And I'll show you exactly how to do it. By far though, this one's my favorite. Kind of looks like those ink drips that fall into water and they get all cloudy and misty. Plus it's got the added benefit of the shimmer from the blue. Like, so how pretty is that? Okay, we got red. What other colors do we want to see? Let's see, this one's not bad. Ooh, this one's really warpy. I kind of like it. Okay, let's move these guys aside. And we're going to pick out one more for this one. Let's go for another warpy one. Give these a quick polish off screen just to minimize fingerprints. And some of them, when they come off the factory, there is a kind of film. It's just from grime, lubricant from the machines, all that stuff. Not a big deal. And it does not hurt the end product. Okay, looking for the red. Okay, this one. Let's hope this one does well. Oh yeah. So when I was first starting to do this, I actually made a little pamphlet of or like a swatch card, and I would put all of the nail polish colors I had, just a little tick mark on the paper, and then I had assigned them a number so people could say like, I want number 31 with, let me see if I can find another one, 26. um, Boy, was that tedious. Fun, but very tedious. Okay, first let me make sure this one is, yep, we are good to go on this one. Awesome. Okay, since we're not getting any other color suggestions, we will do, let's keep it easy. Let's do red and white. And this is another brand that you can find at the dollar store, at least in my local area. So one thing I love about the dollar store is just because something comes from the dollar store, it doesn't necessarily always mean it's cheap. I mean, yes, it is. Well, I'll say roughly affordable, because the dollar store in my area is now a dollar variety plus. So it's no longer everything is $1.25 or $1.75. It's creeping up to like, I think the most expensive products go for $10 maximum at my local dollar store. So yeah, and it's usually like blankets or pillow sleeve. The things you would actually want to be $1. But yeah, so there's that. I am gonna go close my door real quick. Sorry about that. The rest of my family just came home. But now, let's show you what we're gonna do here. So we got our 2 marbles, we got our 2 colors. Gonna place one on top of the other very carefully. You see the color kind of takes on there. And then we're gonna do a little swirly swirl. Like this, and then go back around. You can do this as little or as much as you like. And just as I suspected, that red is taking on the white, turning it pink. Oh my goodness, it almost looks like... Okay, do you see a radish, a strawberry, or maybe a pineapple? Maybe a beet? I don't know. There's a little image right there. That's cute. Okay, so this is what our top one looks like. Very nice. Give you guys... Oh yeah, there's that shimmer. Very nice. Cranberry. Oh yeah. And that image kind of transferred to this side too. Okay. Let's have a look at the second one. I think this one's more round. Ooh, this one's completely different. So this was the one that we put the globs on. And let's flip this one over. Okay, so not an exact mirrored replica. Actually, now that I have this one upside down, it kind of makes me think of like a mushroom. Like there's the cap and then there's the stem. That's cute. Okay, we are going to set those aside to dry. What other colors you guys want to see? I have tons of nail polish. I would pan over and show you them, but my space is rather limited from my setup. And yeah, I am a messy crafter. Blue and purple. You got it. Checker wants to go out. Oh, hi, big puppy. There you go, darling. Alrighty, since blue and purple are cousin colors, meaning they both have similarities. Oh, does this one have a crack in it? It's got a crack on the inside. Because those two are cousin colors, I feel like we're going to have a pretty strong distinction between them. Just so that way they don't kind of turn to mud when I mix them together and like you can't really see, you can't really tell. So let's go with, we can kind of go with the same lightness. I just want there to be a distinctual difference. So let's go with these two. We've got a really nice pale robin's egg blue. And then we've got this awesome frosty purple. And I have worn this one myself. It does have this matte finish. It's not just the bottle. So I'm interested to see, I don't think it will show up on the bottle afterwards. But if it looks frosty, that would be super cool. Okay, let's put, instead of doing half and half, let's put a couple dots here on the border. Okay, so this one's pretty liquidy. Consistency, I would say, is one thing you would want to pay attention to when doing this. If your colors are too runny, it's not going to be a big deal, but I do think you get better results when the colors are thick. I'd imagine this would work with gel polish and high quality nail polish. So if you guys want to give this a try, I'd love to see what you do. Okay, there we go. We've got blue and purple. Sorry for my hand being in the way. Maybe add sparkles to it. Shoo, I only just saw that. We'll save that for the next one, okay? Is anybody else getting those, well, perhaps if the blue was more teal, like those Pop-Tarts, you know? LOL, it reminds me of Blue's Clues. Oh my goodness, it kind of does. Okay. Oh yeah, these colors are actually pretty liquidy together. It looks like they're blending. Okay, kind of go backwards and let's see what we get. Perhaps these colors were in fact too light. Bring you guys up a little bit close. I mean, that does look pretty. But yeah, I don't know. This will be an interesting to see. This will be an interesting one to see as it dries. So let's give this color combination a fighting chance. Oh, okay, see. That gray smudge right there in the center, that's the stuff that you get from the factory. Like the grime and the lubricant that I was talking about. You want to try and polish that off the best that you can. And if it doesn't want to come off, it might be on the inside, so we're just going to set that guy aside. And pick 2 more up. Let's see. Okay, I have a shimmery blue one. Let's go for a dark purple and shimmer blue. How about that? Yeah, there we go. Okay, we've got an icy blue from Sally Hansen, and then we got this awesome, awesome amethyst purple, even though color name is Let's Talk by Sinful Colors. This bottle has been with me for a long time. Let's hope I can still get some nail polish from it. Yep, still going strong. Okay. Got a nice glob of purple there. It is on the thinner side. Now I'm really interested. Okay, then we got this shimmer blue. Does not have the color name on it. But it looks like it is super sheer. Might get some interesting things. You know what? I feel compelled to add. Okay, help me figure it out. Should we add for the last stripe white or black? These are non-shimmery colors, but I feel like we should add one more color here. So white or black? Gonna go with black? All right. Kind of hoping the shimmer blue the shimmer blue polish there will really show up with the black. And this black is rather goopy. Okay, and grab our second marble here. On it goes. Ooh, okay. I start spinning. Come on, I want that black to kind of spread out. Ooh, we're getting a shadow. Getting a shadow. Oh. I look away for 1 second, everything changes. Ooh, I like it. Okay, so we got kind of like a... On camera, unfortunately, you guys are seeing blue, like a dark blue. There is more purple though. So the majority of this blue here is purple. But that black added a nice subtle shadow all around the outside. Looks like a galaxy. Yes, it does. In fact, it looks more like a galaxy in person. Let's take a look at this other one. Let's see, can I... There we go. That kind of works. See, this is the purple I'm seeing. Right here, but like all over where that blue is that you guys are seeing. Trying to cut out the outside light. There we go. Nice. I'll see what I can do as far as getting close-up pictures of these after they dry. Alrighty, let's do a frosted pear. I highly recommend going with light and bright colors. So how about we do, let's see what happens when we get a yellow. This yellow here by Pure Ice. Color name, excuse me. Oh, that's funny. Okay, let's go with that one. And let's see. Oh, that might be too similar. You know what? Let's just grab the dark green that I have over here by Sally Hansen. Give this a little shake. And we are going to do the same thing with the other marbles. Although that green more or less shows pretty dark. Still might look really good. So let's layer up the yellow. That's an old bottle, I'm barely reaching it. Okay. Then the dark green. Color name, Chill Out. I think it'd be so much fun to name nail polish colors. Like, fun and difficult at the same time. Okay, little preview, sneak peek. Okay, yeah, that's about what I expected. So let's do a little swirl. Little final squish, and up we go. Okay, kind of makes me think of a lemon wedge or like a fish eye. Oh, wait. I did this upside down. Oh my goodness. No wonder why that looked so strange. I'm like, why is it so small? That's not covering the area. It's upside down. Oh dear. It is way past my coffee time. Whoops. And go figure. Pet hair. Well, we at least did this one right. So, yeah, okay, not bad. And then once this dries, I'm hoping that yellow will really catch on. Kind of like the green that I showed earlier. But that's funny. Okay. For this last set, we are already approaching 30 minutes here during the live stream. Generally like to try and keep my live streams to be about 30 to 40 minutes. I could do this for hours, so I do that off screen. Anyway, let's choose some really wild colors. What colors do we want to try? I'll show you guys this one again for a little bit of inspiration. And how you guys are seeing this on camera is how it appears IRL. green and red. You are all about the red today, vampire girl. Okay, we have green, we have red. What other colors shall we do? Anybody can list off a color in the chat and we will add it to the marbles. So please, feel free. Let's go with this one called limestone. Maybe it can be a collab of different colors or as many as you can fit. I'm kind of hoping for the collab of colors. If I try and put on as many as I can fit, it might just turn to brown or gray. I'd like to have some bright and bold colors. Okay, we'll do a glob of green. Then we'll get a glob of red. But yeah, for the rest of you who are watching my live stream, what colors do you guys want to see on this marble? Okay, we got the red. We got the red that looks like ketchup. At least in this lighting. Could you imagine a nail polish color named ketchup? Hello, Sparkles. Feel free to add a color to this marble. We're gonna mix it all together. So what colors do you want to see added to this marble? We are kind of going for something like this, but with random colors. This will be the last set of marbles that we do for the live stream. Purple and pink. All right. Let's go with this color of purple. It's purple, but it's got a dark blue shimmer to it. A little bit on the goopy side, which is going to be great. So we've got the purple on there. Okay, now we're looking for pink. Let's see, is this one even alive? No, that one's dried out. All right, I have pink here from Pure Ice and the color name China Girl. I agree. This is gonna look super duper cool. I am excited to see what we get. We have room for 2 more colors. Give me 2 more colors that we don't have already. got red, purple, green, and pink. Anybody can chime in. Orange, okay. Hmm. Yep, I got it. And yellow, all right. Okay, oh yes. This is the color orange that I have. Let's see, do we have a color name? No, but we have a lot batch. Okay, this one does have a little bit of a yellow shimmer to it, so good call on the yellow. And let's put this one here. Oh, we're really, really liquidy. Okay, I'm trying to add a good dollop. Looks like a bean. Okay, and last color, we are gonna go with yellow. Here we go. Wet and Wild. Okay, I think this must be a Simpsons collab or something. I don't know, you guys tell me. I don't watch The Simpsons. But I am, like, whoops, I am familiar with it. So whenever that happens, I just twist it on back and then add a little extra downward pressure in order to grab that cap. Okay, last color going on. Hopefully none of our other colors have dried. I think that green might have tried drying already. Alrighty, we got our colors. Give you guys another closer look. Nice colorful palette there. Getting nail polish on myself. Okay, on goes our marble. Let everything settle. Looks like that pink and red kind of want to take over. Okay, off. Interesting. So this is what we're left with for the top one. Perhaps it just needs a background color to really get the full effect of what we just did. Ooh, this one might look cool. I think we might have waited too long for the green, and I think it might have dried. So now let's try to add a layer of white behind it and see if we can't get something like some nice little design there. Or you know what? The better idea would be to let it dry and then put a backing on it. Because otherwise, if I try and put a backing on it now, it might end up smudging. So here's a look at the first one. We did red and white. That gave us pink. And how are we doing? Oh wow, let's dry already. Okay, awesome. Because that's dry already, let's do one marble in a background of black and the other one in a background of white. so we can get the full effect. Okay, did that change anything? It kind of did. Focus. Trying to get it to focus on the mark. There we go. Very nice. I like it. Reminds you of taffy. I'm a little confused. You mean this one? These ones remind you of taffy, or the nail polish drying? This one reminds you of taffy? Like taffy candies in a candy bowl, maybe? Okay, let's pull out the second one. Paint the background in white. Yeah, it made it more vibrant. Okay, awesome. And this white nail polish, I did for sure get it at the dollar store. So I'll say the white and black nail polish is really a hit or miss when it comes to the consistency. The one with the black background before the black was added. Oh, okay, gotcha. Ooh. Okay, there we go. So there's the white, and here's the black next to it. Very nice. I'm not sure which one I like better. This one, though, kind of makes me think of a Pokeball because of that little round circle there in the center. But very nice. Okay, we'll set those ones to dry. And then let's take a look at the second ones we did. This one was black, blue, and purple, even though you guys see blue. So because these do have a little bit of transparency, I think I will do a white background for these. Just because the colors are so dark already, white will really help to show the thin spots. And we are dry. I will add another layer of white to these later, just to really clean it up. But this will have to do for now. Okay. That's a bit better. Although I think the blue and the purple was just too close together to really make a solid difference. So these are takeaway notes for next time. Or if you decide to do this craft and follow along, the more different your colors are, the better. And it might even just be the consistency too. Blueberry custard cake. I can tell your mind is on food, Sparkles. Okay, let's see. Can I block out some of the light? Ooh, that looks pretty. That's about what I'm seeing right now in front of me. Okay. That one's going to be a little bit harder to get on camera later today, but I will try. And then we had this fun little mishap. painted it on the wrong side of the dome. That's funny. I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this one. This turned out pretty good. Pretty basic. And then here we've got our blue and purple. Makes me think of like Trix yogurt or cotton candy. It's not entirely thin enough to where I think a background color would greatly change it. But just to see if I was to do a white background, yeah, it looks pretty much the same. Versus a black background that doesn't really change it, so I don't know. I think this might work if it was on a shattered marble, but because there is nail polish on it already, I will not be tossing it into the oven later today. Because, you know, nail polish is flammable. But yes, later today I will be making a video on how to create these shattered marbles and turn them into pendants. This one does actually have a little bit of a holographic shimmer in the background. But with all of the fractures inside, it kind of gets a little lost. That's okay though, it's still super pretty in my book. This one looks really cool. Looks like moonstone. Oh yeah, I love moonstone. This one also turned out really cool. So to answer any possible questions, this is completely solid on top. My finger is not catching any, hardly at all. I think this is just a scratch, but this crack here in the middle, my finger is not catching on it. And that is the ideal marble that you do want. Especially if you're going to turn it into pendants like I have or magnets. That's always a fun project. Okay, well, blue past my time because I can talk forever. So this has been a live stream Monday. You can find me here on YouTube, scroll through my videos, see what else we've done in the past, or you can check out the progress pictures that I have on Instagram. I go live every Monday, 2 o'clock. You can always send me a message. I will reply. And if there's a craft that you want me to cover one Monday afternoon, I will definitely look into it. All right. Thank you so much for joining me. I will see you guys next Monday at 2. Bye for now.